Julia McCoy, the president of Brandwell, formerly Content at Scale, and I'm here with one of our power users, TopClickJoe. Joe, before I bring your team up, they're all here in the green room as well as a client of yours, Mike. Tell our audience a little bit about you and what you do.
Okay. So before I was an agency, I owned a service company for 27 years, water, fire, mold, roofing, all that. So I was already a service company. We did about 15 million a year when I sold it 8 years ago. Then I just started helping starving carpet cleaners, right? I was helping them around the country get Google ads. So I was basically, you're going to hear how we moved from like just doing Google ads to what we're doing now, as you're going to see in the presentation. So I own an agency called TopClickJoe. I have nearly 100 employees now. Just a year ago, I had 2 employees. And because of AI, because of content at scale, we've grown our company to where you're going to hear from my people where doing $1 million a month reoccurring revenue is not out of the word at all. We're moving towards that, right? Wow. And so I never expected this. My goal isn't about money. My goal is helping people, and you're going to hear how we do things different and why we're a power user. But the craziest thing, Julia, I can't even write a sentence. I flunked kindergarten. I only made it to the 9th grade. I'm bipolar, ADHD. I was dyslexic. All these things when I was going to school, they didn't know how to teach kids like me, right? And so I had to figure things out on my own, which I did. And so now like you said, we're a power buyer of your blog posts and we optimize them. And I'm the guy that can't even write. By the way, Julia, you're going to hear from Mike Matson, who is a professional writer now working for TopClickJoe. So the professional writers that didn't jump on board right away are now becoming my employees because it's kind of too late. Well, it's never too late, right? But I saw AI and I didn't even think twice. I was like, what is this? And we went from there. So here we are. Bring the team on. I can't wait.
Yes.
I'm a very excited person. By the way, all you whippersnappers, I'm 67 years old. I've already had several careers. I was a chef for 10 years. I owned a restoration company for 27 years. And here we are again, 8 years. I'll never quit, by the way, Julia. Entrepreneurs, what would I do? Now, I don't want it to sound like I work hard because I got all these people. They work hard. Oh, my God, look how beautiful they all are. Like, why don't we – so you want me to share what we're doing? You want me to share my screen real quick and show you, Julia?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, go into – I'd love to see that. Yeah, talk through like how your team's using Content at Scale now, Brandwell, the results you're getting.
So you know that they're – hold on, let me stop this. They're changing the name Content at Scale to Brandwell. They've already changed it. So remember, the new name is, you guys probably know this. You're the ones watching this all the time, but it's going to be called Brandwell. I actually love that name. You're branding well. Well, what the hell? You're using it all. Okay. So, but
that is the message, right? It's like your content is your brand, and you need to think of it like that.
So I get it. I get why you
do. You're a good example.
Because I absolutely love what you guys do. Look, my company is growing like crazy. We're doubling every month without marketing. We don't even market. And I have opportunities every day with people coming to me, Julia, talking about their software and how you can write blogs with their software. You know what? We're so good at Brandwell software. There's no way we're leaving. We have this thing figured out so good. And I have checked all the other software. And I'm not saying they're bad. There's a lot of great ones. I started with Jasper thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how to write, but now all I got to do is click Control-J. And then January 2020, God, what was it, 2023? 24? Was it 2023? January 2023. Right. Yeah. I found you. I found Content at Scale. That's what it was called then. And I remember that first blog. I'm like, oh no, I don't have to use Control-J. So anyway, the rest is history. So let me go from here. We love what you're doing, and we're going to show you because of AI and because of what we can do with Content at Scale. They put together a little thing for me. Of course, I don't look as good as you, Julia, so they've used my cartoon thing. So, and I don't blame them. Like, yeah, hey man, come on, I'm old. Right. So, Anyway, here we go. All right, so I'm going to introduce my team. So this is January 2024. January 2024, this was a team. On the left is George. He's been with me about 7 years now. It was me, George, and is Mark in this picture? No. It was me, George, and Mark. Mark was our web guy. George was running Google Ads with me, and that's all we did. We were an Ultimate 1, and now, as you know, we do an Ultimate 16, which I'll get into. This was my team a year ago. This is a year ago. Okay, now our team is almost 100 people. We're gonna be there by the end of the month. And so then what happened is I sent all my web design. So when we build websites, we use our whole team. We use a team of people, like 10 people, because we don't build websites with just a web person. We have an SEO expert, everybody. We have all the experts coming together. So what I did, Julie, is I sent them to this island, and they bonded, right? They all got together doing, working on, how we're going to build websites for our clients moving forward. Because if I get a person, if I can build their website, they're going to want to do all their other marketing with us. Now, we haven't started marketing yet. Okay. I haven't marketed TopClickJoe since we started eight years ago. We're going to start marketing, and I'll show you what that looks like. But anyway, let's listen to Mike here. Let me stop and let's hear. Hold on. Where are we, man? Right there. All right, Mike, what do you got, buddy?
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Hi, Julia. How are you?
Hi, good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So a little bit about me. I'm an agency owner for almost 15 years, and I'm also a professional writer. I'm very versed at SEO, on-page and off-page, SEM, social media marketing, ads management, website development and design. And but even though I'm good at all these things and have serviced some pretty big size clients, I have been coming to the realization that nobody can do all of this on our own with any degree of quality, and then of course scale. And that was the problem that I was having. So then, Julia, I saw your interview with Joe. And of course, as you remember, he was making some pretty profound statements. And he said one thing that really kind of caught my attention. He said that his goal was to start generating $1 million a month. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I had to replay it, listen to it again. And so I couldn't believe I heard that. And that really piqued my interest. So, and as you know, he offered to speak with anyone that, if they could get a 15-minute meeting with him, that he would, speak with them. So I figured, well, I'm going to give it a try. If I can get through to him, I'll pick his brain and see if I can't get some pointers for my agency and see how I can, I can grow this thing. Well, I got to tell you that 15-minute meeting turned into over an hour and a half. And, at which point I came to a sobering conclusion. And that was that I simply cannot compete with this guy. It was incredible. It was a sinking feeling, but at the same time, I felt good about the conversation we were having. But really, I realized that I cannot provide to my clients anything close to what he's offering his clients for a fraction of what it would cost me to do. And then being the kind of person I am, I'm thinking I can't, in good conscience, be telling my clients that I'm giving them the best service possible because I'm seeing something different here. So, and I'll be honest, quite frankly, I don't know how other agencies are going to compete moving forward. I really don't. But anyway, so luckily, Joe and I hit it off in that meeting, and we've decided to join forces. We've been working together ever since. I'm currently in the process of shutting down my agency and moving all my clients over to TopClickJoe. The cool thing is I'm on the inside now, and I have been able to see firsthand how the TopClickJoe system works by onboarding my own clients. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible how this team works together. I mean, they are just nonstop. It's like, do these people sleep or what? I mean, when it's just, they're it's just so cool. I mean, never in all of my years doing this have I ever seen anything like it. So, and it's literally like getting a free ticket to Area 51. I mean, it's just,
so you saw the case study with Joe and you were like, okay, this man's speaking my language. I got to figure out how the heck he's doing this. Then you got on a call with him and then decided to, instead of trying to compete, join forces. I love that.
Well, he was speaking more than my language. He was actually speaking a different language, and that's what and that's what I had to find out about. And I'll tell you, and he's said it before, and believe me, if this guy says that he wants to be the biggest in the world, he's going to be the biggest in the world. I mean, there's just nothing that stops this guy. For instance, let me tell you, I was on one of the Zoom meetings with the team one day, and somebody had mentioned call center. And I'll be darned if we were not a call center by the next day. Literally, he texted me the first thing in the morning. He goes, "Mike, check this out. We are now a call center." And no offense, Joe.
That's a visionary.
Julia, I'm not even sure this guy's from this planet. I'm not.
Wow.
He's just incredible. And one thing I want to share too, Julia, is something that I found, which was really cool, and I think you will too. So our content writers that are using Brandwell include doctors, electrical engineers, accountants, government agents, civil engineers, teachers, attorneys. I mean, it's incredible. They I don't know how he does it. He hires the best of the best. He really does.
I'm going to say this real quick, and this is going to sound crazy to some people. Then I'm going to show you how we're ranking people using Brandwell. I love that name, man, Brandwell. We're one of their largest buyers of blogs. We create a blog. It might be an 80%. Julie, I don't know how you guys, whatever you guys are doing on the back end, keep doing it, because we'll get an 80% right out of the box. Means 80% it's optimized for Google and Microsoft and all this DuckDuckGo, all of those. They'll go in and spend several hours now and optimize it. That's what, and I didn't even know. Now, if there was no Julia, I would have just made a blog, put it on a website. That would have been it. Julia said this is a year ago or more, do this. And so we did it. And now it's changed and my people know it. Now, I haven't talked to Narissa or Lovely at all about this. So I don't know how much they know about this, Julia, because I just met them. And I love that they're here because I talked to them. So, Lovely, you go first. What do you think about the is it Tad?
Tap.
It's
Joe,
Tad.
one tap.
TAP. Let me write it down, man.
So as per Joe mentioned, I'm a college student and at the same time a blog writer. All I can say about Brandwell that it's very convenient to use. And as someone who doesn't have a background in content writing, I was able to adapt quickly, and with a new update, I'm able to create a content within less than an hour. And because of that, it doesn't affect my studies.
Wow.
Awesome. So yeah, Julia, also, not only we hire some college students that we think are really smart. So I'm going to present my screen and I'm going to show you something here. And I'm also going to do it live because I think live is even better. But I just want to show you what we're doing with some of our clients. Let me share my screen. Let me bring this back over. Can you see this? Do you see the screen?
Yes, there it is.
Okay, so look, this is Yellow Ball.
Wow.
Now, some of you might have been on our website and you've seen his testimony. December 22nd, 2023, he came on board. So for a week or two, we're not really doing anything. It's Christmas and New Year's, right? He gave us a testimony 48 days after December 22nd that he made $1 million in solar cells in the middle of winter in Montana. And so I'm like, whoa, he sent us this video. So now we have a lot of solar clients because of his video, but he's ranking everywhere. Now I know you can see this right here. Use solar panels for free. I'm going to show you something that's even more crazy than that. So it shows you real time what's going on. You put the city in, and this is Billings. Now I'm going to use a keyword that is one of the top buying keywords. I'm going to use solar, I probably wrote it before, company near me. Would you all agree that solar company near me is one of the top buying keywords?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how people search, or the area. So let's search it. Okay, so here we are live. This is my client. Of course, we do Google Ads, zero down solar installation. Here's what's happening. Now we move down. We're also sponsored in Maps, Yellow Ball. We're also in Maps. So there's 3 times, like sort of above the fold, right? And as you scroll down the page, there we are. There's our main page. We are on the first page of Google. So we're writing all these blogs. We're using content at scale. And when we write a blog, it's not just our writers, our SEO team involved. It's not only our SEO team involved, it's also our graphic artists, because we come up with one-of-a-kind photos. As you know, we don't use stock photos. This is all from content at scale, okay? This is what we have: outbound links, and we start ranking like sometimes within 24 hours, Julia, these blogs will start ranking. I love where you showed us on the craft system. Now it's called the TAP.
Yes.
That time, the TAP system.
Good job.
Not to use conclusion at the end, because that's not a keyword. So we don't do that anymore. And then we always link back to whatever the service page is, whatever we're writing about. We use AI as a tool. Like Julia uses it for a tool. Yes. It's a tool, man. It's not like you push this button and it's done. If you're not optimizing the tool, like, look, like I said, this is where I start. I'm going to show you guys what AI has done for my company. Now, look, when I was just with George and Mark, my web guy, we were only making about $50,000 a month. We were a small company. Every day we got people coming in, and your software has made it so easy for us. Look, everybody, I want you to hear me. And Julia, I'm not getting paid for this.
You're not.
I have tested all the software out there. I am not going to give my clients subpar material. If there was better software, I would know it. And I respect Julia. If I found something better, I would get on the phone with her and I would say, "Hey, I found this. What do you think?" And she would either say, "Oh, here's a flaw," or, "Oh, wow, we need to step it up." There is no software out there like your software. There's nothing out there. There's just nothing that comes close.
Yes.
And something I want to give people out there a gift, so they can hear this. If you want to learn how to use content at scale, you can just hook up with us. We'll show you how we use it. We don't need to charge you to show you how we do things. Same thing I told Mike. Mike came in. He just wanted to know what we're doing. Don't be surprised if you go away crying, figuring out how you're going to compete with me. But I have one thing in mind, and that is the client. Okay. So anyway, our goal is to give people the very best. And I think Brandwell is the very best software as far as writing blogs. Mike, you have anything to end with? Julia, any of you, anything before we end? Or do you have any questions, Julia?
Mike, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I just wanted to point out, and the reason why we're good at the three different levels and taking the little guy up to the top level is because Joe did that. Joe lived that. And that's what he did for himself. And he's got the blueprint for that. And that's how we came up with that. And that's why we're so good at that.
That's right. Because my own company, I started marketing in 2001. When you're spending your own money, you're watching it. You're learning how to save and what to do. And it was over 15 million when I sold it. But, I brought it there from the $50 first job, $50 carpet cleaning to all this. But I know how to look. I know what door to go through. God helps me go through the right door. It's simple. Does this seem honest? Does this seem real? That's why I use your software. It's honest software. You guys are always making it better. You're not just sitting there thinking, we're going to bring on 1 million clients. You're not doing that. You're making it better all the time. And that's what I hear from my people. Even though I don't look at it, they're telling, like Dan just said, it's better and better. It's like, it's getting easier to write. And I'm like, well, I love what you do, Julia. Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you. You're not just going to make my company a multi-million-dollar company. You're going to make all my employees rich and all my clients rich. So this goes way beyond me. This filters down because of what we're doing here. And I know you get hate mail all the time about AI because I see your posts and
you can see it in my comments.
I get the same thing, man. Like, you're crazy. Right? Like, you're going to put us out of business. I'm like, no, I'm not. You're already out of business. You just don't know it yet. Like you got to do this. Like, that's cheating.
Yeah. You got to adapt.
How's it cheating? It's original content that we optimize. We put our own pictures in. It's not, I can't look at a blank screen and write anything. Like, maybe you can, Julia. You're a writer. I can't. And when I saw that first post, I'm like, oh, I'm an expert writer. all of a sudden I'm a freaking expert, and here I go, man. So I just started doing it. And then I'm like, I'm so lazy with manual labor that, I got to hire somebody to do this, man. I don't want to do it. Now I got all these people doing all the stuff. I love helping people. That's my goal in life, is just help people, man. Just help them. As long as you think of the end result, the end client, you're always going to get there. Zig Ziglar wasn't wrong. You give enough people what they want, you're always going to get what you want. I'm proof of that. I'm absolute proof of it. I got Mike closing a huge company he had, bringing all of his people over here because he's like, well, you're going to put me out of business, man. I better get over here before it's too late, because we care. You saw my